Karl, what did you kind of see out there offensively for you individually, and then as a group that kind of made it hard, especially in the fourth quarter, to get the shots you needed?
Didn't play with enough energy. It just looked tired, and on top of that, we just didn't move with that kind of approach. I feel, or we just didn't move as well as we usually do, and defensively, I don't. We got to get even more fast break points. That's something that we depend on, and obviously as well, just didn't do enough. We didn't do enough today.
Is this a little bit about just adjusting to a completely different opponent and style of play than what you had last series in Denver?
Yeah, but I think we've done a great job of adjusting all year. So we just didn't do enough tonight. When they needed to make shots, they did, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating when you feel that you could have gave yourself a better chance to win tonight.
Karl, Finch was pretty upset with the execution late in the game. What did you see not work in the second half of the fourth quarter?
Just we got to finish quarters better. Got to be better at finishing quarters, and I think what he's probably most upset is that like I said, you're more upset about the chances you didn't give yourself to win the game, and I know he's not going to be pleased. Obviously, isn't with not getting a shot. Having a turnover in those kind of situations and stuff. I know he's a stickler for that. So, and he's rightfully so.
Nurkic and Jokic played up. They played the bigs up in the first two rounds. This team seemed much more committed to playing the bigs back and at the rim. What changes in that, and how do you guys take advantage of that in game two?
Just gotta be better. I think also us not shooting our best led to them having those throw ahead passes from Luka Doncic and everybody. Allowing them to use their athleticism, their athletes, and put pressure on our defense, which in turn didn't help us as well, and getting matched up or being in the right spots or whatever the case may be. So, we're gonna have to make adjustments, and we'll have a good practice tomorrow, and we'll get back to the drawing board.
They had 44 points in the paint in the first half, 62 overall, so 18 in the second half. A lot of those points
from Kyrie.
A lot of it in the first half, obviously.
Yeah.
What adjustments did you make, and did you figure out things? I mean, the improvement was dramatic, but they still got off, and they had lobs. I mean, there's always the lob.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how are you factoring all that?
I think one, like I said, the energy. Playing with a little more energy will cover up some mistakes in our aggressiveness. I think one thing that everyone in this room knows is that when we're playing Timberwolves the basketball and we're defending at a high level, we do tend to make mistakes, but we make up a lot of those mistakes in aggression and activity. Today when you're not having that kind of activity, aggression, it can't be covered up. So I think in the second half, from my perspective, I haven't watched the tape. Obviously, I'm in the moment, but you could see a little more desperation in us, understanding that the game was getting away and the game, time was running down, and we had to give ourselves a chance and pick it up. So I think in that desperation, again, it goes back to our activity and our use of energy, and I think that's why in the second half we did a better job of maybe making them, miss that bunny or that dunk. Naz Reid has an amazing chase down block in the paint on I believe Jalen Green, or I don't know exactly, but those kind of things, those desperation activity had covered up a lot of our pain points.
Another question?
Karl, you guys have so much success on the offensive boards, and you crash from the core and everything, but as you mentioned, they had a couple of leak outs, they had a couple of quick transition buckets. How do you balance that out of being that team on the offensive boards but still managing to get back and making sure you protect that?
Yeah, I mean, just you got to be a little more aggressive on the offensive end of offensive rebounding, especially on a night like tonight when we're not shooting our best. So you want to have defensive balance. You want to be able to execute a cover two, getting back on defense, especially against a team that has a passer like Luka Doncic. So, it's disappointing. Tonight's disappointing. Like Britt says, we gave up a lot of points in the paint. And if anything, with our team and our defense, the way that we're built, with the length and size that we have, we can't allow points in the paint. If anything, that's our biggest advantage in the league is, the three big lineup that we have, and we can't allow that. So we gotta be tougher in there.
Karl, you were pretty upset when that offensive goaltending was called. What did you see there? How tough was that call in that moment?
I was more upset because, the play happened. Just want to help my team win. And then doing that, the crowd's going crazy. We got momentum. We got the crowd into it. And out of nowhere, I'm hearing that it's not going to be counted. So I think that's where my upset was the amount of confusion that I think that was going around about the play. It's unfortunate, in a game where we're not shooting well, you definitely will take those kind of points when they come around, and those hustle plays, and we just didn't go our way. I mean, at the end of the day, though, that play didn't cost us the game. It was, like we said, the points in the paint. The fact that we didn't get more fast break points, the fact that we didn't play Timberwolves defense, those are the things that cost us the game. That's just a moment in the game that could have helped us cover up the fact of how we played tonight.
Thanks, Karl.
Yeah.
Offensively, that kind of made it difficult to sustain in things, especially down the stretch there.
Terrible offense down the stretch. Bad shots, turnovers, no composure. And thought for the same at the end of the first half. We haven't really closed quarters very well, closed halves very well over the last handful of games. It cost us one game in the Denver series. And it certainly had an impact on this game tonight too. So we got to be better in clutch moments.
You shot a lot more threes than you normally do. Was that part of the plan going in, just with their rim protection, or what did you think of the selection overall?
I thought most of them were good shots, to be honest with you. We were making the right play, kicking out. I thought there were even more threes to be had. So.
You mentioned the rim protection as a factor in this series. How did you see the presence of Lively and Gafford at the rim impact your offense?
I thought we could have finished a little bit more around the rim. I thought we did kick out a lot. I thought they were big in there, but I thought we got a lot of really good looks, to be honest with you.
62 points in the paint for Dallas.
Yeah.
They doubled you up in the first half. What was it about the defense that you weren't able to stop them from scoring inside?
Yeah, as soon as Rudy left the court, they just drove. We were not very good on the ball. We were not very good at the rim. We were soft there. So
Luka got going a bit in the fourth quarter, especially the 7-0 run himself.
Yeah.
In the past, you've had success with the high wall against him tonight. Not as much of that, but Gobert had a couple moments. With Towns, is there a situation where you put him on the fives to get that look with Gobert still as a rim protector after that?
That 7-0 run, I think, was 2 step-back jumpers in the paint and 3. So I don't think they came out of pick and roll, those points right there. But we'll continue to look at matchups and coverages, and we know in a series like this we're going to have to do it all at some point. So.
In the past 2 series, you're really able to make guys be felt with the perimeter ball pressure.
Yeah.
Luka and Kyrie obviously had a lot of success tonight. Are there things do you think that can be better to, derail them a little bit more? Or are they just kind of different players?
Well, their ball skill, you're not going to unsettle them like maybe some of the other, pressure we've been able to apply. But you still have to, pick them up, wear them out. Kyrie got off to a hot start, kind of cooled off a little bit. Luka picked up. Luka still shoots well below 50%, 3 for 10 from the 3-point line. So I thought we did a pretty good job. And he's going to make tough shots. He's a great player.
And then like Jaden and Kyle, I mean, they obviously early in the game were dared basically to take those shots. Like that type of performance tonight, is that what you're going to need moving forward in the series?
Yeah, I mean, Jaden's in a great vein right now. Needs to keep confident, and I thought Kyle was really good tonight, and maybe could have even played him a little bit more at times. So.
Ant took 12 of his 16 shots tonight from three-point range. Were they good looks to you? Do you want him to be attacking more and trying to score at the rim, or what did you think of his shot mix?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the threes he got were pretty good looks. We would like to get him downhill a little bit more. We'll look at the tape and see ways to do that. But I thought there were opportunities to go downhill, particularly in the first half. So.
How did you feel you handled the pick and rolls defensively?
Pretty good. I mean, I thought it was the penetration that hurts more than the pick and roll. So.
Any other questions? Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks, Chris.